So it has actually been a hot minute since I have done a sitting down chatty video. A lot has changed. My Disneyland California vlogs are now finished. Me. I now do weekly vlogs and my hair is short and we're all in lockdown. But we're not talking about that today. So today's video is going to be my Disneyland California trip report. But I am missing one thing. My mini ears. I can't talk about Disneyland California and not wear my mini ears. Also, I am wearing my Disneyland sweatshirt, so you know. Here we go. So I'm going to talk about everything that I did in Disneyland California. I did do a booking video about how I booked California, and that will go up here. But yeah, let's get on into the trip report. So I went to Disneyland California Sunday the 16th of February until Friday the 21st of February. So I got 5 days in the park and 1 day at Universal Studios Hollywood. So I'm going to go through things in like a list. So I'll talk about flights, hotel, rides, snacks, all that jazz. So let's do this. So Saturday I travelled down to London Heathrow and I stopped at Terminal 4 Premier Inn. It was great, really comfy. We had some food there, and then on Sunday we flew to LAX. So we flew with Virgin, and this was my first ever long haul flight. So I'd actually booked us exit row seats just because when I went to Sorrento my feet and my legs got a little bit niggly, and that was only 3 hours, and I was just very much in my head of what it's going to be like. So I booked us the exit row, but because the flight was actually quite quiet, we moved over to the next row. So you've got a row by the windows, a row in the middle, and a row by the other windows, and we got moved to the row in the middle. So we had a whole like row to ourselves. So it was me, Space, Kerry. That was perfect. We got lots of snacks. We got like pretzels, then we got our food, ice lolly, then we got afternoon tea. It was perfect. It was such a wonderful flight. It was so good. However, flying home was a little bit different for me. So going there, we flew out at 9 AM and we landed at 12 PM American time, which was 8 PM UK time. So we were in the air for quite a while, and then flying home we took off at 7 PM US time and landed at 1:30 UK time on the Saturday. But because it was an evening flight, it was a busy flight, and I had booked myself the middle seat, which I am never doing again because my legs had swollen up. I was cramped in between two people. I couldn't move. I felt sick, and it was just very uncomfortable for me. We got food again, you know, the whole pretzels your meal, all that jazz, but the flight home I did not enjoy at all, and I just wanted to cry. It was awful, but it was coming home, so it didn't particularly ruin my trip. So to get from the airport to the hotel, with the booking I had done, we got transport, which was fine. We got there, it was about 40 minutes, which was great for me, and we got there. So we were staying at the Best Westerns plus Raffles Suites Inn, and it was perfect. It was like a little motel. It was down South Harbour Boulevard. It was literally on the road where Disney is. It's about a 15-minute walk, and it was absolutely perfect. And also it was literally next door to the Toy Story car park. So in the evening we'd get the Toy Story car park bus and then just walk around the corner to the hotel. But the hotel was great. We had 2 queen-size beds, massive room, a big bathroom, 2 sinks, a wardrobe. It was just a really nice hotel, and I definitely would go back there again 100%. So moving on to going into Disney for the first time, it was such an emotional thing being in Disney, the only Disney that Walt Disney walked in, touched, built. It was his dream, and it was just so moving being there. But being there, it was very familiar because obviously I've been to Disneyland Paris and most of the main streets in Disney are very similar. But the castle was smaller. You'd literally look at the castle and then to the right there's the Matterhorn. So it was a lot smaller, but it was just so nostalgic being there. DCA, Disney California Adventure, was insane. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. So I have a list of all the rides that we did. So Disney Park, we did Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, which I didn't realise how steep the drop was. This was my face. Winnie the Pooh's Adventure was our first ride in Disneyland. Alice in Wonderland, Mr. Toad, Smuggler's Run. Can we just talk about Smuggler's Run? Smuggler's Run was insane. So me and Kerry were engineers, so we didn't have too much responsibility, and it was kind of nice to just sit back and just watch, do a few button bashing. The queue was 60 minutes, but it honestly didn't feel like it. There was a lot to look at, that kind of thing. But Smuggler's Run, I highly recommend it, 100%. We then did Roger's Rabbit Cartoon Spin, which is a laugh. Small World, which was really cute. Autopia, it was my first time doing Autopia. Matterhorn, we did it in the dark and you will get a few bruises and some whiplash, but it's hilarious. Jungle Cruise, loved it. And Big Thunder, so we did Big Thunder twice. The second time round it broke down, and it broke down on the last hill and we had to get off and walk back out. Yeah, it was good fun. Then at rides at Disney's California Adventure, we did Incredicoaster. We did that a few times. That was insane. Being on a roller coaster outside was awesome. I know like Big Thunder Mountain's outside, but this was like a proper roller coaster. Bars down, going upside down, twists and turns. I really, really loved it. We did Soaring, that was awesome. Grizzly River Run, that was cool. You will get wet. Guardians, we did that a few times and we got 2 different settings, if that makes sense. Loved it. So much different than Tower of Terror. It's less scary than Tower of Terror. You're just full of funkiness and yeah, whoa, this is so good. Whereas Tower of Terror, you're like, oh my god. Yeah, Guardians, yeah. We did Radiator Springs a few times. That is hilarious. I mean, this is the photo. It was just so much fun. I loved the rides at Disney and DCA. They were awesome. So we used the Fast Pass, well, Maxi Pass. It is $20 per day. You can only get your Maxi Pass each day once your ticket has scanned into the park, but I highly recommend getting it. The longest queue we stood in with Maxi Pass was 10 minutes, I'd say. It was pretty cool, so I 100% recommend that. So moving on to shows and stuff like that, we saw Fantasmic. We saw that on Sunday night, so our first night being there, and I was like, oh, the music, dun, 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 and I was like, oh my god. We saw Mickey's Mix Magic with fireworks. With that, it doesn't matter where you stand because they project all down Main Street and on the castle. It's so funky and it really does get you in a good mood. World of Colour. So we were very lucky that we had booked our reservation at Lamplight Lounge maybe an hour before World of Colour, and we were sat downstairs and we got to sit and watch World of Colour from Lamplight Lounge, and it was just beautiful. We watched the Frozen show, which is really nice. It was about 55 minutes and it's basically a really short version of Frozen. Very beautiful, enjoyed it. Great way to rest your feet. And then we did the Tiki Room as well, which is really cool. Tiki room. Yeah, loved it. Next up is food. So the places that we booked, we ate at Cafe Orleans, which so I had the Monte Cristo, the cheese one, which was kind of like, it was a donut kind of thing with cheese in. The portions are very big in America, very big, and then we had Mickey beignets. But our server was lovely. He had family from Scotland, which was really nice. Yeah, really cool. Goofy's Kitchen, which was like kind of like a buffet, and they come round. Now Goofy's Kitchen, we met Chip and Dale, and oh my god, the interaction from Chip and Dale was beautiful. So I can't remember which one it was, but so we were talking about, like, we were from England and what our favourite food is. I was like, I love a good buffet. I was like, what's your favourite food? And they were trying to draw on our hand, like kind of spell it out, and I was like, I have no idea what we're saying. So I got the the keyboard out, and he got my finger and he said Nando's. I was like, you love a good Nando's? I was like, yeah, come to England, have Nando's. And then the other one, I know who Chip and Dale are, but I can't remember because it was a while ago. But the other one very much took a fancy to Kerry, and it was just it was just such a good laugh. I had such a good time. We also ate, like I said, at Lamplight Lounge. Beautiful. I definitely recommend, if you are thinking about watching World of Colour. So World of Colour was at 7:15, and our reservation I think was at 5:50. So it was about like an hour before, but it was really, really cool. We ate at Plaza Inn, which is Plaza Inn breakfast with Minnie and friends. So it's kind of like Plaza Gardens at Disneyland Paris. It's in exactly the same place as well. You queue up, you have a picture with Minnie, and we met quite a few characters there, which I will let you know in a bit. We managed to go to Olga's Cantina. Wow, like, it's like a spacey nightclub. It was called the Tauntaun cocktail, and the woman was like, don't inhale the foam. I'm like, well, how can I not inhale the foam when you haven't given me a straw? Let me just say, the drink or the foam did not go well with my tummy, just to let you know. But the atmosphere in Olga's Cantina was cray. It was just amazing. You can only stay in there for 40 minutes, but loved it. Definitely recommend it. Obviously you have to pre-book. So ones that we didn't book at was the Hungry Bear restaurant, which is in Critter Country, Red Rose Tavern, which is in Fantasyland, Galactic Grill, obviously Tomorrowland, and the Adorable Snowman Frosted Treats, which is at DCA. They were all fab. Some were quick service. The Adorable Snowman, I had like this big lemon ice cream sorbet. I'll put a picture up here, which then melted and dribbled down my dress. Beautiful. But it was perfect for the weather. Okay, moving on to meet and greets. Here we go. Mickey twice, Minnie twice, Rafiki, Tigger, Pooh, Captain Hook, Max, Chip and Dale 3 times, Fairy Godmother, Pluto twice, Goofy, Bo Peep, Sadness, Joy, Buzz, Cruella, Tink, Nick and Judy, and Anna and Elsa. Yeah. So Minnie, Rafiki, Tigger, Winnie the Pooh, Hook, Max, Chip and Dale, Fairy Godmother were all at the Plaza Inn. That was really good. And then we met Chip, Dale, Minnie, Goofy, Pluto at Goofy's Kitchen, and then kind of like the same as well as Mickey at Storytellers. Bo Peep, Sadness, Joy, and Buzz were all in Pixar Pier. Cruella was in front of Walt's Apartments. Tink was in her little fairy place. Nick and Judy was at DCA, and Anna and Elsa at DCA. But they were just amazing meeting these characters. I managed to meet a lot that I've never met before, and it was just really, really good. So on the Wednesday we went to Universal Studios Hollywood. I booked his transfers. You can find all of that in my Booking California video. I'll link that down below. But it was great. So of course I had to go straight to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and see Hogwarts there on the hill. I walked through Hogsmeade. I got the feels. I was in bloody Hogwarts, Harry Potter. It was insane. loved it. So I got some of the rides as well. So I did Flight of the Hippogriff, Forbidden Journey, Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem, The Simpsons ride, Transformers, and we did the studio tour. The studio tour was insane. I highly recommend the studio tour. We got to see a lot of special effects. I got to see the good place where they film it. It was just a really good thing. It's about an hour. It's a great thing to do, to sit and chill and just get a lot of information and just take in everything around. I highly recommend that, definitely. And then we ate at Krusty Burger, and we had a Krusty Burger in the Simpsons Krusty Burger place. What? That was so cool. But there were also some characters that we met. So we met Bart and Lisa, Krusty the Clown, King Julian, Hello Kitty and Minion, Margot, Edith and Agnes, Beetlejuice, Beauxbaton's Academy of Magic students, the ladies, so like Fleur de Cour from Harry Potter, and then also the Durmstrang Institute students, so the men like Victor Crumb and a Hogwarts student. Mystery Inc, so Scoob and the gang, and the Hogwarts Express train conductor. Oh, it was just a magical day. So on the Tuesday we did do Walk in Walt's Footsteps tour, but I feel like that deserves its own video, so that will be coming soon. Disneyland California exceeded all my expectations. It was beautiful. It was so nostalgic. If you ever get the chance to go to Disneyland California, I highly recommend it. But yeah, that was all about my trip to Disneyland California. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comment down below and I will answer them for you. Stay tuned for the Walk in Walt's Footsteps tour. If you are new here, please subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!